Welcome to another video. Today I will show you all the steps needed to create a map infographic like this. This tutorial is super easy. I will just use the ArcGIS Pro software, but if you don't have it, there's no problem at all. You can use any other like QGIS for example. After we have created the base, that is the pie chart map of the American population in 2022, we will go to the canva.com website and place all the elements you see in the image, such as the text on the right side, the graphics, as well as the subtle representation of the American continent. So to start this video, first I'm going to show you the data that we are going to need or to use to do this map. If I go here in my Infographics folder, you can see that I have the infographic with the ArcGIS Pro project, as well the shapefile that we are going to use. It is the United States of America states. And then right here, if I click in this Excel file, we can see that this is the population data of the USA in 2022. So right here we have 50 states, so we are going to represent these actually 52 states. And as well we have the code right here. This is the code that we are going to need to join this table with the previous shapefile I show you. Right here we have the names of each state, and as well the total population of each state, and the population divided by 5 age groups: 0 to 19 years, 22 to 39, 40 to 59, 60 to 79, and 80 years and over. Okay, so this is what we are going to need to join with our shapefile. Right here, I can keep this open. So let's go here in the ArcGIS Pro project. Let's start by adding the data. So what we are going to firstly add is the Excel file, so the table, and as well this shapefile. So let's start by opening or select these two and click OK to import to the project. Okay, so the first thing I want to change is the coordinate system, because I don't like the way this map looks. So if I click right here in the middle of a map, we can see that this state is Nebraska. So what we are going to do is to use a coordinate system focus on Nebraska. So to do this is super easy. Just go to map, right click right here, click on properties, then click on coordinate system, and here you just need to search for Nebraska. Okay, right here on projects, then for example country system. Let's try this one. Okay, and so this is the current or mainly used type of coordinate system that is used to represent USA. So then what we are going to do, let me just open this attribute table of the shapefile. And what I'm going to do as well is to open the Excel table. So I'm going to open it as well. Then right here just right click on it and then click on new horizontal tab group. So this way we can see both tables at the same time. And for example, right here on the shapefile, we are going to use the AFFGI field to use for the join. And on the population data.csv, we are going to use this one, so the geography. As you can see, we have the same code, so we can do a join with these two tables. If you notice, in the first table we have 22 fields, and on the second one we have only 50. This is because the population data.csv, we have the Alaska, as you can see on the row number 2, and we have as well Puerto Rico, that we are not going to show on the map. So that's the reason that we have 2 more states in the first column. To do a join, just go to the shapefile, right click on it, go to joins and relates, and then add join. So right here on the input table this shapefile, the code I want to use, so the field I want to use, it's this one. So I need to change this to let me see, this one. And for the CSV, it's the geography. Okay, so it's geography. So we can click on OK to join these two tables. Okay, the table is updated, and if we see here, we already have in our shapefile the data that was on this CSV file. So let me, for example, double click right here, and we can see that we have the 50 states represented. So now what we are going to do is to represent the 5 age groups using pie graphs. So to do this is actually super easy. Just right click on your shapefile, go to symbology, then on the symbology panel change single symbol to charts, then change bar chart to pie chart in this example. And then right here on the fields, we need to select the 5 fields that we are going to use. So let's start with the first one, 0 to 19 years. Then the second one, 20 to 39. The third one, 40 to 59. Then 60 to 79 years. And for the last one, 80 years and over. There we go, we have the 5 classes represented, and now let's change the colors. So to change the color is really simple, just click right here on the symbol, go to properties. So let's start with this barrel green, click on apply. Then let's move to the second class and use this apatite blue. Then the third class, I will choose this one, Yogo blue, click on apply. Then choose this pink to the 60 to 79 years. And for the last one, this pink right here. Okay, so now that we have all the colors selected for each one of the age groups, let's go back to the symbology. So right click on the shapefile and click on symbology. And let's change the background of our map. And to do this is super easy. Right here on background, just click here. The outline color can be the same, but for the color, I'm going to choose, for example, this gray 80% and click on apply. Now, actually, what I like to do as well, it's not only represent the age groups, but the sum of the population. So to do this, let's just change this from fixed size to sum of selected fields. And what this does is states with more population will have a bigger chart compared to the states with low population. Now if you look to our map, you can see these lines that connect the graph with the polygon of each state. These lines are called ladder lines, and what I want to do is to remove them. So how do we do this? Just go to ladder lines, and you want to uncheck this one. So you want the charts to overlap. And our map will look way better with this option unselected. So let's unselect this prevent chart overlap. I know that the map looks a little bit strange, but let's view it on the layout view. Let's choose this A3 landscape, for example. Now let's click right here on map frame. Just select this one and we just drag a rectangle in our Canva. Let's wait a second, and as you can see we have our map on our layout view. Let's start by zooming a little bit. To do this, just go to layout, then click here on activate and press the letter Z on your keyboard and just move with your mouse to adjust to the page. Okay, now we can close the activation. Now just right click on your Canva, go to properties, then right here on display we want to remove these border lines. So here on border you just select no color. Okay, and our map is finished. Now we just need to go to chair, export layout, just select the folder that you want to save this map, and just don't forget to select these two, clip to graphics extent and as well transparent background. This is very important to have this checked. Okay, we need to have a transparent background, and then just export. For the next step we are going to use this website canva.com, so let's start with it. Just firstly click right here on create a design, then here on search for A3 landscape and select the first one, poster double-sided A3 landscape. Okay, now that we have our Canva right here, we are going to click here on uploads, upload files, and then import your map. And then after this, just click on it to place it on a map. Then what I like to do is to change the background color of the background, of course. So select the background, go to here, and I will choose something like this. So a gray color, a little lighter than the map. Okay, something like this. So now that we have our map here, I'm going to place a title for this infographic or this map infographic. So to do this, just click here on text. I will add a heading and I'll call it population by age and then 2022. Let's start by changing the font. Let's try this one. This one looks cool. And change as well the size. Let's try 35 for example. It's too low. Maybe 40 or 50. Okay, let's go with this one for now and change the color to white. Okay, let's move this a little bit to the bottom. And I want a subtitle as well. So I will do a Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V to duplicate this, and I will call the subtitle United States of America. Okay, I will remove the bold and change this to maybe 40, place right on the bottom, and change this color to maybe pink. something like this. Now let's try to adjust this map a little bit. Maybe, let's see. Okay, maybe like this. What I like to do is to create a graph right here on the bottom with the total population of each state. How are we going to do this easily? I like to do it on Excel and then place the graph here on our Canva. So let's go to the file explorer here, go to my desktop, and I will select here on the Infographics. I will open just this Excel file. Okay, firstly, I'm going to remove the two states that we don't have on our map. It's Alaska and Puerto Rico. Just click on delete. And let's create our graph. Just select all these columns. So the first, the name of each state, and then the total population of each state. Then go to Insert. Click here on bar chart and select the first one. Let's start by removing these lines. Click on delete. Here for this axis, select, then right click and go to format axis. And here for the units, I want these to be on for 10 million by 10 million. So we will have maybe 5 classes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right. Let's increase the size of these bars. Go to Format here and choose, for example, 50%. Click on Enter. Remove this title. I want to remove as well the background. So the background of our graph will be no fill, and the border will be no outline. Okay, now let's reduce the size a little bit and increase the size of our graph. And let's change the color of these lines. Go to Canva once again, select your text here, then text color, add a new color, and copy this code right here. So go to copy. Then back on Excel, select your bars, right click, format data series, here on fill and line, fill, and for the color, go to more colors and paste the code here on the X code. Click OK. That's OK. Select the graph, just Ctrl C, and on Canva, just Ctrl V. Okay, we missed something. The text is in black, so we cannot see it. Let's go back to the Excel file. Select the names of the states. Change the color to white, and as well here this axis, and place on white. Ctrl C once again. Remove this one and paste it here. There we go. Now let's adjust this graph to the map. Like this looks good. Let me just adjust the map a little bit. Let me do this. Okay. We can reduce the size a little bit. I think it looks very good right here. Now, what I like to do is to create a little text here on the right to talk a little bit about the map, about the data, about the age groups, and about the total population of each state. So what we are going to do is to create a little text right here on the right. Go to text, add this one for example, and we can start by creating a text. Let's justify the content first. The size, for example, 20. Let's try this one. Let me adjust here. Maybe something like this. Okay. And we can then start explaining a little bit of this map. So, for example, in 2022, the population of the United States was estimated to be, and then go to the Excel file. Let's do a sum of the total population of each state to have a sum for the country. So it's this value. Let's just copy and paste here. So was estimated to be this number. Then this figure reflects a modest increase from the previous year. Continuing a trend of steady population growth. Okay, then we can say something like several factors contributed to this growth, including natural increase, and we can explain this. So the difference between birth rates and death rates, and for example net migration. Okay, then we can do a space, then say that the demographic composition of the population revealed significant diversity. Then the age distribution was as follows, and then we will place some graphs right here on the bottom. So let's change this text to white, and I will reduce the size of this text a little bit, maybe to 15. Let's see, maybe a little bit less. Okay, I think this looks good. Let me just reduce the size of the map a little bit more. Place it here. It looks very good. Let me also copy this and paste, and I will type here something like total population by state, because we need to know what this map is showing. Okay, total population by state. We can move this a little bit to the bottom, something like this. Okay, and then we can increase a little bit the map. Okay, our infographic is looking very good. Then what I like to do is to represent the percentage of each age group, but on the country. So to do this, we are going to Excel once again. Let's remove this. Let's copy these classes here, move them to the bottom. Let's increase this a little bit, and let's make the percentage of each age group in the USA. So to do this, just type equal sign and then sum, and we need to sum each age group. We can click on enter, and then we need to say this, we need to multiply by 100 and divide by the sum of the total population of the USA. And then we just place $2 right here. Okay. Let's decrease the decimal here to 24%. Then we just drag it like this. So we have 24, 27%, 25, 20, and 80 years and over are only 4% of the population in the United States of America. Okay? What I like to do now is to use these percentages and use it right there on my infographic. And I'm going to do this only on Canva. Go to Elements, move to the bottom, and select, for example, this chart right here. And we want to represent those percentages in this graph. So as we can see, the first percentage is 24%. So let's change this to 24. I want the percentage label. Let's type bold, and we can reduce the size of this graph. Maybe something like this, and let's reduce the size of the label to 15%, for example. Let's change this to a gray color, maybe something like this, or maybe a little bit lighter should be okay, like this. Then we need to change this color to the color of the 0 to 19 years. So just click on the color, and I believe that the first color it's this one. Okay. Then just copy and paste. The second percentage is 27%. So change this to 27. The color it's this blue. Copy and paste once again. For the third one is 25%. And the color it's this blue right here. Control C, Control V once again. 20% for this class. Once again, change the color to this one. And to finish, we don't have, it's 4% for the last one. We don't have the color right here, but I know it's a little bit more pink. Let's use this one here. And now we need to type the name of each class. So let's adjust this a little bit. Okay. I'm going to copy and paste this. Then type 0 to 19 years. I will place it here. Then 20 to 39 years. place it right here. Then 40 to 59 years. Let me zoom here a little bit. Okay. Then the next one, 60 to 79 years. Let me just adjust this to the bottom here. Maybe I need to adjust this a little bit to the left. Okay. Let's try it. No. Let's reduce the size of the graphs a little. Maybe something like this. Okay. Let's move this a bit. I'm trying to adjust it right in the middle. I want this to be all adjusted. Okay. I will do something different. I will place this to the right. Okay. This looks very good. And to finish this last one, okay, and this is 80 years and over. And we can do this, and it looks very, very, very nice. And then we can say something a little bit more right here on the bottom. So I will copy this, and we can talk a little bit of the main, the states that have more population. For example, this state with the highest population in 2022 was California. As we can see right here, California has had the most population in 2022, with an estimated population of, let's go back to the Excel file, and California had this number, 39 million. Okay, let me just do this. Okay, 39 million. Then we can say that this state is known for its diverse economy, large metropolitan areas, and significant cultural influence. And then we can say something following close were, and we can type the states that follows California. So the second one is Texas. Then I know it's Florida. Then the third one is New York. Then Pennsylvania. And the sixth one is Illinois. Okay. Maybe we need to reduce the size of these a little bit more. Let's reduce this so we can, or we can move this a little bit more to the bottom. Okay, or actually let's do something different. Maybe 13 here as well, and reduce the size of this text to 13 as well, to be all on the same font size. Let's now move this a little to the top, adjust once again, okay. Let's place it here. Okay, now I think it looks way better. So we have all the explanation right here. Now let's just do two more things. First, let's place here the North America as a background. Go to Elements, search for North America, Graphics. Let's select this one. I will reduce the transparency a little bit, maybe to 60%. Change the color to white, to black, or actually maybe to gray. Okay. And now let's try to, actually let me just put a white border first and try to connect all these two maps. This doesn't need to be perfect, but let's try to adjust as better as we can. Maybe we need to adjust a little bit more. So the idea is that we have one map inside or on top of the other. We can try to move it like this, a little bit more. Let's try here. Okay, I think this way looks good. Now just move this to the bottom, so send this to back. Reduce, change the color to this one, and let's reduce the transparency once again, like to more. 25% looks good. So the map like this looks way better in my opinion. And now let's just do two more things that highlight the three most representative states. How are we going to do this? Click on Elements. Then here on Shapes, click on this line. Okay. Let's go to here, Line Type. Or actually not on Line Type, but here, Line Start. And type this one. This circle with this circle. Okay. Then let's highlight the California state. So let's reduce the size of this line a little bit. Here, let's reduce this as well to 3 maybe. Let's move this like this. And we want to represent California right here. So Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V to this text. And I will type California. And then I will say that California has this number of population. Okay, maybe we can try to bold this number, and you can place it right here on the bottom. And let's do this to Texas as well, and you can do this for the other side. Oh, we can do this for the other side, for example, so we can do something like this. Okay, and you can say that this is Texas, and we type the population as well. So we go to Texas, it's this value, 30 million. Okay, and we place it right there on the bottom. And the third one is Florida. We can do the same for Florida. We can do actually let me change this. Or actually we can do this, but let's just reduce the size to something like this, and we can do this as well. Okay, let's reduce the size as well of this one. Let's rotate. And no, we need to try. Okay, we can do maybe this. We can place it on the top, and then we can do like this for Florida. So we can type, we can paste here Texas. Let me change this to Florida, and the value for Florida is 22 million. Let me bold this text as well. Okay, and there we go. We have the three main states highlighted. So we could actually highlight Pennsylvania and Illinois, but for now, I think for this example, I think the map looks very good. I will just finish typing my name right here on the bottom. For example, I will say map created by Ruben Duarte, and I can say made for a YouTube video, and then maps by RGD. You can do something like this, and you can place this right here on the bottom, and our map is fully finished, and I think it looks very good. Thank you for watching. If you like this type of content, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment what you want to learn next.